Oh my God, did you see how beautiful that last rehab turned out to be?
Yeah, that rehab was amazing, but we're gonna talk about when you should or should not get a designer, or when you should play as a designer when you're rehabbing deals or buying rentals for your portfolio.
So one of the biggest mistakes newbies make is that they want to be the fancy designer, or they hire a fancy designer to do the rehab projects. And while this is a great idea because, a designing project in a property really looks very nice. And usually that's what pre-construction companies use and big developers use. But as a newbie and as a personal investor, as an investor that is going solo, we highly try to get our students to avoid this step.
Absolutely, yes. The biggest part of the business is to create a system. And when you create a system for your rehabs or your rentals, everything moves much smoother, and you're able to save a ton of money and save a ton of time when you're trying to rehab a home. Remember, you're not rehabbing one home or two homes. If you're doing multiple properties, you don't want to mix and match or try to find the perfect paint or perfect kitchen for 10 different properties, right?
Exactly. When you do a design, when you're trying to do interior design, a lot of it has to do with personalizing every design. And what happens is we're not trying to do a personalized designing project for the upcoming family. We're trying to give them the best home that we can and make a lot of money while we're doing that, so that we can do many more projects for other families.
Exactly. The point is, when you're rehabbing properties and when you're buying rental properties, and I want to separate the higher end rehabs, because when you're doing multi-million-dollar properties, yes, I highly recommend that.
Yes.
But when we're talking about the middle class, lower end class, just pick the same colors, same paint, same doors, same kitchen, same toilets from every single part, because there's so many different benefits from that. One is you're going to save time. If you know that you're going to use the same paint in every single house, one, you're going to save time going to Home Depot or Sherwin-Williams or any of these big companies for picking the perfect paint for these houses. Or if you're going to use the same toilets, you already have a quote. You already know how much a toilet is. So You're not going to go over budget or under budget and try to pick and choose here and there what you want to do.
Yeah, once you have that down to the T, then you can go on and do what you do best, which is finding the deals. That's what's going to make you the money. So we don't want you to get stuck trying to find colors and trying to find floors like Camilo was saying. We want you to be finding deals. That's where the money is. So yes, it looks, or it can be very fancy and fun at the beginning to try and pick different colors and different things for each property, but try to stay away from that process and leave that to your contractors. They already know what paint you like, they already know what floors are going in, they already know everything that's going on in the property, so you can move quicker and move the cash along.
Exactly. And most importantly, I'm not saying don't design your house. Ultimately, you want your houses to be beautiful. But if you already have a designed one, the first property was beautifully designed and it sold amazingly, just keep repeating the process. Create a system. And I'm not saying that you can't change the system. If you pick, for example, a yellowish color and it's not trendy anymore, and you have 10 properties coming up, or 6 properties, or 25 properties, or even 2 properties, you can change the system. You can change, okay, now I'm not going to use yellow anymore. I'm going to use a little gray because it's more trendy, because it's more neutral, because it's a cleaner color. But then change to gray in every single property moving forward until you decide to change it again. But if you're playing changing colors in every single property, one, you're going to spend so much time picking the perfect color and matching the entire kitchen and the bathrooms and the floors to that paint, because that's crucial. Not only that, you're going to spend so much more money, because let's say if you're doing property number 1 and you buy a 5-gallon tank of paint, and you got 2 gallons that were left over, you can store it and use it for the next property, or you can use it for your touch-up paints. But if you're picking colors and you're doing red, and then you're doing green, and then you're doing yellow, and then you're doing different colors, then you're never gonna find, you're gonna throw away a lot of material.
And you're going to have your contractors and your team just waiting around for you to make your decisions. And when you're pressed down to make decisions, maybe you're not going to get the best results.
Exactly.
So just, make a system and run with it. And like Camilo said, if the trends do change, of course, change with them, but try to keep it as simple as possible.
Exactly. Now let's talk about higher end market. I mean, higher end market, multi-million-dollar property, even $1 million, even $700,000 properties. They do require some sort of staging, some sort of design. They need some trendier colors, some trendier kitchens and granite counter. Not even granite. They use quartz or different materials like that, but they need the higher end, and you do need to spend the money designing and making it nicer and much better. Because ultimately, when you're selling higher end properties, you're not just selling the square footage. You're not just selling the area and the location for the school for the kids. You're also selling the trend.
Yes.
You're selling the colors. You're selling how the property looks
The
like.
lifestyle.
Exactly, and the lighting and the pool and the waterfront and all these things. So it is a lifestyle, like she's saying. So just make sure you're aware of that. So when you're doing higher end market deals, spend the time, probably get a professional interior designer or stager, company that stages the property, help you with that, unless you know how to do it,
Yep, I think that's really good advice, and that's probably one of the most important pieces of advice that we can give you if you're starting out with rehabs. Don't try to do it all. Just make it simple and move on to the next one.
Create a system. Please write down in the comments below or in your notes, I am going to create a system, because when you create a system, you save time and you save money, and that's what ultimately this business is all about.
That's right.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. Comment, like us, share it, let us know how we're doing. And if you guys have any questions, let us know, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.